Have you ever seen photos or videos of Japan where office workers, usually men in suits, are sitting alone in restaurants? No phones out, no conversation, just quietly eating a bowl of ramen, curry, or rice. To a lot of people outside Japan, this looks kind of sad or lonely, and it sparks the same question every time. Why do Japanese salarymen eat alone? Is it social isolation? Is it overwork? Is it cultural pressure? Or is it actually something they prefer? Today, we're going to unpack what's really going on because the answer isn't just one thing. It's about work culture, time, social norms, personal space, and how Japan thinks about food itself. And by the end of this video, you might realize that eating alone in Japan means something very different than it does elsewhere. Part 1. Who are salarymen? First, let's define the term salaryman. In Japan, a salaryman isn't just someone who earns a salary. It usually refers to white-collar male office workers, often employed full-time at a company, sometimes for life. Traditionally, salarymen are expected to work long hours, be loyal to their company, put work before personal life, and maintain a professional public image. For decades, the salaryman has been a symbol of Japan's post-war economy, dedicated, dependable, and exhausted. So when we talk about salarymen eating alone, we're really talking about people who are deeply shaped by this work culture. Part 2. Time is the biggest factor. The number one reason salarymen eat alone is time. Lunch breaks in Japan, especially for office workers, are short, often 30 minutes, sometimes less. Coordinating a group lunch takes time. Deciding where to go, waiting for everyone, finding seating, ordering together. Eating alone is fast and efficient. You walk in, you order, you eat, you leave. Many restaurants are designed specifically for this. Ramen shops, soba counters, gyudon chains like Sukiya or Yoshinoya. They're optimized for solo diners. Some even have individual booths, ticket vending machines. No required interaction beyond thank you. It's not antisocial. It's practical. For a salaryman who might already be working 10 to 12 hours a day, lunch isn't a social event. It's fuel. Part 3. Eating is not a social performance. In many cultures, eating is inherently social. You talk, you bond, you linger. In Japan, food is often treated as a personal, almost private experience. There's a strong cultural value placed on not bothering others, not drawing attention to yourself, not imposing your presence. Talking loudly in restaurants, especially casual ones, is often frowned upon. So eating alone isn't seen as awkward or lonely. It's seen as neutral. In fact, going out of your way to eat together every day might be seen as unnecessary or even intrusive. Coworkers already spend all day together. Lunch can be one of the only moments of quiet. For many salarymen, eating alone is one of the few times they don't have to perform socially. Part 4. Work hierarchy makes group lunches complicated. Here's something that outsiders often miss. Hierarchy. Japanese workplaces are structured by seniority. Age, rank, and years at the company matter. A lot. Eating with coworkers isn't always relaxing. If you're junior, you may feel pressure to be polite. Let seniors order. First, avoid saying the wrong thing. Keep the conversation appropriate. Even lunch can feel like work, so instead of navigating social rules, many people opt out entirely. Eating alone removes hierarchy. No status, no expectations, no small talk, just food. Ironically, solitude can be less stressful than company. Part 5. Overwork and mental fatigue. Let's talk about exhaustion. Salarymen are tired, physically and mentally. When you're drained, social interaction, even friendly interaction, takes energy. Eating alone allows people to decompress, mentally reset, sit in silence. Avoid decision fatigue. This doesn't mean they're antisocial or unhappy. It means they're conserving energy. Think of it like this. When every hour of your day is structured by obligation, being alone, even briefly, feels like freedom. Part 6. The rise of Ohitori-sama culture. Japan has actually embraced solo activities in a way many cultures haven't. There's even a term, Ohitori-sama, roughly meaning doing things alone, you can find solo dining restaurants, one-person karaoke booths, single-seat movie theaters, private capsule hotels. Eating alone is not stigmatized, it's normalized. So when salarymen eat alone, they're not breaking social rules, they're following them. Part 7. Is it loneliness? Sometimes, but not always. Now, to be fair, this doesn't mean loneliness doesn't exist. Japan does struggle with social isolation, declining community ties, work-life imbalance. For some salarymen, eating alone is a symptom of deeper issues, but it's a mistake to assume that being alone equals being lonely. Many people choose solitude because it's peaceful. Context matters. So why do Japanese salarymen eat alone? It isn't because they don't have friends, it isn't because they hate their coworkers, and it isn't always because they're lonely. Most of the time, it's because their lives are tightly structured, and eating alone is one of the few moments that isn't. In a work culture built on long hours, unspoken rules, and constant social awareness, solitude becomes valuable, not as an escape from people, but as an escape from expectations. When a salaryman sits alone at a counter with a bowl of ramen, he isn't making a statement. He isn't rejecting society. He isn't asking to be pitied. He's just eating. And in Japan, that's allowed to be enough. From the outside, Western cultures often treat eating alone as a failure of social connection, something temporary, something to fix. But in Japan, being alone doesn't automatically mean being disconnected. It can mean rest efficiency, mental quiet, or simply preference that difference in perspective matters. Because when we look at those images of solitary salarymen and assume sadness, we're often projecting our own cultural fears onto someone else's normal. That doesn't mean Japan's work culture doesn't have problems. It does. Overwork, burnout, and isolation are real issues. But eating alone isn't the cause of those problems. In many cases, it's a coping mechanism. A pause, a moment of control in a day where very little is negotiable. So the next time you see a salaryman eating alone in silence, don't think of it as a symbol of loneliness. Think of it as a brief pocket of peace. A quiet meal in the middle of a demanding life. And a reminder that sometimes being alone isn't what's wrong. Sometimes it's what keeps people going. Thanks for watching. For more videos, check out the one on screen now, and subscribe for more. Goodbye.